The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you are certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse for tonight's EPAC boys basketball contest between the Musselman Applemen and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. The countdown to tip-off is brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road. Online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Nick Virgilini alongside me pulling double duty tonight, being color commentary as well as tonight's cameraman. Back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. Both teams last night in action. For Musselman, it was a classic against Hedgesville. 44-43 overtime win for the Applemen. It's Nick catching me off guard with some hand signals. Wasn't sure what he was doing. But refocusing here as Wade Bartles with the free throw. Didn't expect Nick to give me the break right off the back. But Musselman improves to 11-5 overall. 2-4 in the conference. Nick, save me here.
Yeah. Well, all right, Colin. Yeah, good win for the Applemen last night over Hedgesville. And, you know, that's what you look for in conference play because you need that kind of win to kind of elevate their season. They were coming off of that tough loss to Jefferson. And, you know, it wasn't really the kind of season so far that Musselman's been looking for at times. They've had some games here and there that haven't quite gone their way. But the way they came out, they won that game last night. Close one over Hedgesville. I think it helps propel the season here moving forward for Musselman after, like I said, a tough loss to Jefferson the other night, Colin, where they didn't play their best basketball, especially down the stretch. it was another game where it was low scoring, not maybe their best offensive game, but they pulled it out in the end, and that's what's all that matters. So, tying against Martinsburg is going to be tough. Martinsburg's playing good ball this week. I mean, for the most part, they've been on their A game. Just had a tough loss last night to Spring Mills. They really brought it in what was just, an electric game. So I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. I think the Applemen JV just took the lead, 49-47. So this has been a great JV game. If the JV game leads into the varsity game, we could have two great games here tonight on this side. And just overall, it's a Saturday night, so it's a little bit of a different feel in the gym in terms of probably not as many students here tonight, not as big as a crowd, but this is EPAC basketball. It's usually close and competitive, and this week overall has been very competitive for most of the games. So I'm looking forward to the matchup, and I would favor Martinsburg here tonight, but I think Musselman has a shot, especially at their size, to do some of the similar things that Spring Mills did last night and in their previous win over Martinsburg to get the win. So this is the first time these two teams see each other as well.
That is true. Thank you, Nick, here for bailing me out, allowing me some time to regroup, refocus, and no longer laugh at earlier's incident. You mentioned the score, 49-47 between Musselman and Martinsburg. Musselman in the lead here for JV, 14.7 seconds left in the fourth. On the other side, since we kind of just touched on Musselman and how they did yesterday, let's take a look at Martinsburg. We had that game here on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Martinsburg, unfortunately for them, lost in the game, but it was a very competitive game throughout the night against the number one team in the state, the undefeated Spring Mills Cardinals. Final score of that one was 59-52, and even though it was a losing effort for Martinsburg, you still really liked what you saw out of them, and you guys kind of said it last night. It was just Jones being the difference. If he didn't have such the night that he had, as Martinsburg goes here and ties things up in the final few seconds, and a timeout called, stopping the clock with 4 seconds. So we might have overtime in this JV game potentially. We'll see what happens in the final 4 ticks after this timeout. But back here talking about Martinsburg last night, I don't really know what else they could have done. I feel like we said that they needed to bring their A game, and they did that. It just ultimately still came down to Spring Mills being the best team in the state and being better than Martinsburg.
Yeah, at one point during the game I said, well, this gives you some confidence that maybe the section isn't a lock, right? Maybe it's not necessarily Spring Mills. But then I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, well, this wasn't even Spring Mills' best game. And they still won. And really they were in control for the majority of the final few moments of the fourth quarter. You never really doubted their chances of winning. Once they got it out to a 7-point lead, it was never within 5 again. So with all that being said about last night's performance, and yeah, it's great to compete with a team like Spring Mills, can you replicate that again in the postseason? And if you do, is it going to be close? Like, I don't know. I feel like Martinsburg does have the pieces, but like that's as best as you could have played really against Spring Mills, and you still didn't win. And it's probably, for the most part, like a really bad performance from a lot of the Cardinals players. So besides, Caleb Thomas and Tyler Jones and Xavier Anderson at times, they really didn't have that great of a performance from their core, from their main star players. So, and now we got overtime here in JV. This will delay things a little bit between Musselman and Martinsburg here tonight, but 4 minutes left here in the overtime period once they start that. But I just think, I guess what I was going to say was, Martinsburg played so well and they came so close, but you could say it wasn't Spring Mills' best performance and they still found a way to win. How much better can Martinsburg play to make sure that they're able to win the game in the sectionals if they're able to face off against each other? And I don't know if that's really a possibility.
And to speed things up here, it looks like for the JV game, for overtime, instead of doing 4-minute overtime, they're deciding to make it a 3-minute overtime, with it already being 7:26 p.m. and still having to get to the varsity game here tonight. Right. After this.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really know why overtime exists at JV, but that's just me. The game doesn't matter, but I get why they have it. You want somebody to be a winner. It's basketball. Basketball doesn't have ties. But it's just kind of something that, really it doesn't happen often enough for it to be an issue, but it's like, do we need this overtime period?
Now we have some confusion as to which way teams are supposed to be going here to start overtime. 49-49 for the JV game. Musselman varsity 11-5 overall, 2-4 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Martinsburg 8-4 overall, 4-2 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. As we said, both teams played last night, so that'll throw something into this game as well, potentially. How well conditioned are these two teams to be coming 24 hours later into another matchup, another conference game that is expected to be very physical, very grueling between the two? It's always, even what we heard earlier this week from Coach Rogers about Hedgesville, a war when you have an EPAC contest. And for Musselman, they had extra time, overtime, and then for Martinsburg, it was against the number one team in the state. So can they go back out here and truly be 100% 24 hours later?
That's a good point, but also I think at this point in the season, the teams are pretty well conditioned. And also, in the modern, high school basketball, a lot of these kids play AAU. Not all of them, but, sometimes in AAU you're playing back-to-back games. Sometimes an hour in between games, 2 hours in between games. So, they're high school kids. They want to play games. They don't really like practice anyway. So I feel like they'll be all right. It's more so, I think, from the coaching perspective, you look at it, okay, it's, for Martinsburg, the fourth game this week, so that's a lot. And you could look at it that way and say, well, that's a little bit of a concern in terms of, how fresh are we going to be. But the 24-hour thing, I don't know, is as much of a big deal. These guys, again, they're young, they're used to playing a lot of games and playing back-to-back days. But it can be a factor, especially with it being a Saturday, too. You're not used to playing on Saturday. So I think that's also something to consider. Like, did they sit at home all day? Did they come in early in practice? Has it been a long day for these teams because they wanted to get some prep time in? That's, I think, things to consider when you're talking about, the back-to-back and the fact that this is a Saturday, because that would be concerning for me, because these guys aren't used to coming in, on Saturday and playing. They might practice sometimes on Saturdays, but I kind of doubt it. So it's interesting. It's a different type of atmosphere, and I think the 4 games in, the week is a lot too. But the 24 hours may or may not be a factor because, like I said, I feel like, the way kids play basketball nowadays, there's a lot of back-to-back. There's sometimes even less than that when you're at tournaments. And even if you don't play AAU, if you've been to team camp, it's the same kind of scheduling type. Not a whole lot of time in between. You're playing 2 or 3 games in a day. So from that perspective, I think they'll be okay, especially with this being later in the season. If this was early in the season, that would be a concern. But it is later in the season due to the makeup game. And really, it matters because it's a conference game, but everybody still makes the playoffs and everything. So, it's just another chance to get better for these teams. And we'll see how it plays out. Musselman has, they're coming off of an emotional win last night. Martinsburg's coming off of a tough loss. So there's a lot to focus on heading into this game, and it's a rivalry game. Usually these games played out pretty close. Of course, there's been a little bit of a JV delay, too, which I think plays somewhat of a factor here with a minute left in the JV period as well. So by the time things tip off, it'll probably be closer to 8 o'clock on a Saturday. That's, a weird time to tip off a game. So overall, there's some off-the-court factors, but you got to just, when you get on the court, kind of ignore that stuff, push through it, and persevere. And the tougher team will win.
Well, with this delay, let's take a look around the Eastern Panhandle, because even though, as you said, it's kind of unusual to play on a Saturday, there's still some other games here as Martinsburg takes the lead in the JV game with a minute left, 53-50 in overtime against Musselman. End of the first quarter between Spring Mills and Moorfield at Moorfield for high school boys basketball, as the undefeated Cardinals currently lead by a score of 21-17 8-9 at the end of the first. And then a final score from earlier this afternoon between these two very schools in girls basketball. It was the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs coming out victorious at Musselman by a final score of 46-37. And it looks like an alley-oop here might be the dagger that Martinsburg needed for the layup to go up by 5, 55-50 here against Musselman in the JV game. So if Martinsburg can hold on and get the turnover that they just got, wind down the clock, it looks like with 17.4 seconds that Martinsburg most likely will pull away in overtime and come out victorious. But as you kind of said earlier, if this is any indication of how the varsity game's going to be tonight, plenty of time here to still come if you're thinking about coming to tonight's game to watch in person. There's plenty of seats, and we're expecting a good one.
Yeah, I would expect it to be a close game. So if you're driving around, not sure what to do here tonight, or maybe if you're just sitting at home and you want to come out and watch some basketball, I would encourage it. It should be a good game. I think the key will be, how does Musselman handle the pressure of Martinsburg, as it is the key for most teams. And I know we're not getting the keys to the game yet, so I don't want to spoil too much for later on in the pregame show. But I think if they can do that, they match up pretty well. They have a lot of height. They make it tough for Martinsburg to get to the rim. Martinsburg, of course, shot the ball a little bit better last night against Spring Mills, but still could improve from long range. But these games, they're always close when these two teams get together. So I see some students starting to come into the gym. That's good to see to help with the atmosphere. Looks like Musselman has a little bit of a student section as well. So, it's a decent crowd. It's just not, the sellout that we had last night. But still a decent crowd here for some high school basketball. And, it's two good teams. So come out, support, and check it out if you're, in the area and just kind of maybe on your way or thought about going but wasn't sure how the seating would be or anything like that. I don't know. But, yeah, come out. This is a good one.
So that'll ramp things up for the JV game as Martinsburg wins in overtime 57-50. And both varsity teams will now take the court to begin warm-ups. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break on the countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, and on the other side of this break, we'll have tonight's coaches' interviews with Derek Vasile and Dave Rogers. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
We welcome you back here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin alongside me, Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop as our countdown to tip-off brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Tonight it's the Musselman Applemen taking on the Martinsburg Bulldogs in EPAC boys basketball. We'll now get into our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly. Rocks will start off with Derek Basile, the head coach of the Musselman Applemen, followed by Dave Rogers, the head coach of the Bulldogs. Now joined by the head coach of the Musselman Applemen, Derek Basile. Coach Basile, 24 hours later, your team back on the court tonight taking on Martinsburg. First, let's get into last night's game. A thriller, went into overtime. Your team able to pull it off in the end with some free throws by Wade Bartles. Just overall, though, what's your thoughts about last night's performance?
That was a heck of a game. Both teams played well. It was nip and tuck all the way. I was really proud of our guys. We had to get a couple stops, one in regulation and then one in overtime because they had Hedgeville was able to hold the ball for almost 3 minutes there at the end. And so we were able to make a couple stops and make a play at the end. So I was very happy with the win.
In a game that comes down to the wire like that and also goes into overtime, what are some things that you learn through that process about your team?
Well, that's our third overtime game of the year, so we are getting a little used to it. Luckily, we've been able to win all three of those games. So I think what we've done down the stretch has been able to get stops, and that has been the key thing. In all three of those wins, we've been able to get some key stops when the team could have won it in either regulation or that first overtime.
As I said tonight, you guys take on Martinsburg. It's a back-to-back. How do you, just looking at your team today, feel like how they're feeling today after having to go into an overtime game today? Will they be good to go today?
Well, I think both teams are in the same situation. I mean, Martinsburg played a tough game with Spring Mills last night. We played a tough game. So both teams, I don't think there's any advantage there. I think our kids will be ready to go. This is a whole different type of game we're playing tonight as opposed to last night. Martinsburg is a real up-tempo pressing team. So hopefully they'll be a little tired from last night, and we can take a little advantage of that. But I'm assuming they're going to be ready to go as well.
You mentioned the up-tempo-ness of Martinsburg. What else has jumped out to you about their team in the film that you've gotten to see or coming to watch them from time to time as well?
I think the way they play is tough. They on missed shots they pick you up. On made baskets they switch their presses. They can go 1-2-1-1 or 2-2-1 or straight man. They leave and double a lot. So you have to constantly be on your toes. You have to make sure you're not rushing things, get everybody set. And our guys got to do what they're supposed to do when their man leaves them. So it's challenging, though, because they do a lot of different things, and they do them well.
What do you feel like the keys are for your team tonight to execute and get the win?
Well, I think the live ball situations. You can't have a lot of turnovers in the live ball, give them easy baskets. You got to make them score in the half court. And then when they press us, we have to be able to attack them and make some plays.
Want to go back to yesterday's game. Didn't really get to bring it up too much for your team, but the way to win, free throws with no time left. Wade Bartles, a sophomore, making those. So very young guy, all the pressure on him on the road as well. Just talk about how much you guys, I guess, practice for that, if any.
Well, I don't know if you can really practice those situations, but the free throws won us the game last night. We won 11 for 14. The free throws probably lost us the Jefferson game. So, layups and free throws win you basketball games, and last night we were able to do that. So I was real proud of the guys in all.
Anything else, Coach?
That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Best of luck. Thanks. Now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Dave Rogers. Coach Rogers, your team now gets a back-to-back. Last night you guys hosted the number one team in the state, Spring Mills, fortunately on the losing end of a very hard-fought game. What did you like from your team, though, in that effort?
Oh, I thought it was a great game, great crowd. It's been a long time since we had that many people in the gym. We love it. And I just thought both teams battled. We did a good job shutting certain people down, and we let that little guy come off the bench and get us for 15, and second half, and they did a good job. We were there at the end. We go in and miss a layup that would have put us down by 2. And then the technical, and we make both those take it out of bounds. You might have had a lead. So, good game, a lot of ifs. But, again, we're still the biggest thing that I see is glaring is the unforced turnovers. You can't turn that ball over. You've got to protect the basketball at all times. But I want to tell you, a great effort, I thought, by both teams, and good high school basketball game.
How's the team after last night's game feeling, not only physically after having to go through against the best team in the state, but also mentally, because unfortunately, 1, it was a loss, and 2, you have to turn over, become positive, and get ready for another hard conference game tonight against Musselman?
Oh, it'll be a great game tonight. Yeah, we had a walkthrough today. Good spirits, good shooting. Kids seem to forget those things quicker than we adults do. The game's over. You've got to move on. It's just like when you make a mistake in a game, you can't dwell on it. You got to move on. If not, you're going to make a mistake on the next play. So, yeah, I think we'll be ready. But Musselman is, again, a different ball club. They're also very big. And so we've got to do a good job on the glass. We've got to do a good job of not turning the ball over. So they're going to be – it's going to be a great game tonight.
Other than Musselman's size, what else stands out to you about their team this year?
Well, you got to watch a couple shooters out there that can get them, but again, they can put it inside on you. They can shoot some jump shots. I think they proved that last night. They go to Hedgesville and get a win, and it's not easy to win up there. So we have a lot of respect for Musselman, and in years past, I don't know why it has been, but it's. We end up having letdowns with them, and they play so hard. Derek does a good job, has them well prepared, so we're anxious to play. I mean, the kids, after a loss, you like to get back on the floor as quickly as you can.
What's your team need to do to get in the win column tonight?
Well, I just think we need to protect the basketball and do what we need to do, get to the rim, force some turnovers, get some scores off our defense, and then get our rotation. If you're going to press, you're going to give up a shot every now and then, but you got to make sure that you're rotating properly so that you have a shot at the ball. Because if you stand when the ball's in the air, you're in trouble. You got to be on the move. As soon as that ball's released, your position changes. And I tell our kids every day, if your knees aren't bent, you're not ready to play. If you're not moving when the ball's in the air, you're not ready to play. You got to be ready to do that, and they know that. And we've got great kids, and they'll come to play tonight.
All right. Anything else, Coach Rogers?
Not at all. Have a great game.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck. That was tonight's coaches' interviews, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly. Rock's about 9 minutes away from tip-off between the Musselman Applemen and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. So we're going to step aside, take another 2-minute break on the Parsons Ford countdown to tip-off. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10. Back in 2 minutes.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Hi, Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Kick off the new year in a new Toyota from CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of your favorite Toyota models on our lot. Right now, get up to $2,200 off MSRP on a new 2024 RAV4. Or check out a new 2024 Camry and get up to $3,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Welcome back here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Back in the studios, Dylan Bishop, as we're under 7 minutes away from tip-off for varsity boys basketball between Musselman and Martinsburg. As we kind of mentioned earlier in the pregame show, both teams in action last evening. For Musselman, it was an overtime win, 44-43 at Hedgesville, thanks to Wade Bartles' free throw with no time left in overtime. And on the other side, it was a losing effort for Martinsburg against Spring Mills. Final score of that one was 59-52. But let's take a look at some numbers from last night's game for Martinsburg, Nick.
Yeah, Coach talked about it. First of all, the difference in the game last night for Martinsburg, allowing 15 for Tyler Jones in that second half, proved to really be the difference because a lot of the Spring Mills players were held in check. Kwesi Opoku Champon was held to 4. Loki Youth Smith was held to just 2. Those guys are typically scoring closer to 10. So to have them combined for just 6 was huge on the defensive end. For Martinsburg offensively, it was a game where, again, you saw Keyshawn Cheek this time step up and lead the way for Martinsburg with 13 points. He had been quiet the last few games, so that was good to see. We talked about the three-point shooting being a little bit of an issue for this team. But last night they did a little bit better. They were able to make 5 3-pointers. I don't know on how many attempts, but still, 5 threes for Martinsburg is a decent number to build on, I think. So you saw the 13 from Cheek, the 9 from Shipley, the 6 from Bunny, the 8 from Height. I think they just need some guys to be a bit more consistent for them. Jackson Steen's had a few games here and there where he's shot the ball really well, but he only finishes with 2 free throws last night. Anthony Awuna, he scored 4 points very quickly, and then we didn't really see much else from him. Tough matchup for him. Caleb Thomas was out there, so maybe that's part of it. But Garrett Height hits back-to-back threes, then kind of goes quiet, only finishes with 8. So they had some stretches from some guys, but nobody really could do that for a full 4 quarters. On the Spring Mills side, you saw what Caleb Thomas was doing throughout that game. He finishes with 20. We're talking about Jones's huge second half. They had big, important stretches from 2 of their top scorers in that game last night, even though Jones hasn't been a guy that's really stepped up like that all season. So it was an interesting game. It is, again, a very close game, a great opportunity for Martinsburg to pull off a win, but they couldn't quite do it. The first quarter, it was 12-10. It was 26-24 at halftime. At the end of the third, it was 39-33. So, Martinsburg was in it throughout the entire game. They took their first lead at 15-14 with just under 7 minutes left, where it looked like, okay, maybe this is an opportunity to come out and get a win. So there were some shots for Martinsburg where they had some chances to either make it closer or possibly pull it off, but couldn't quite, get enough consistent scoring and have, the defense to slow down a guy that hasn't done that to any team all season. So give credit to Spring Mills where they stepped up, but I feel like a lot of last night's game was a missed opportunity for Martinsburg, considering it was such a close game against the number 1 team in the state. But we'll see if they can bounce back here tonight against Musselman, who at times has looked like, a top 10 team, at times maybe more of a 10 to 15 team. They're kind of tough to judge. They have the height. They clearly have some skill, but, what can they do here tonight against Martinsburg? I think it should be interesting to see because it's pretty similar to the Hedgesville matchup, except it's more height for Musselman than for Hedgesville. So how does that throw off Martinsburg here tonight?
both teams getting ready to wind down and conclude warm-up. Still about 3 minutes left before pregame warm-ups conclude. Let's now get into tonight's keys of the game, as the key to your next car is at the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, which is home of friends and family pricing.
Yeah, I touched on it a little bit. I think, though, my first key for Martinsburg is going to be, how do you spread out the height and the paint, spread the height out away from the paint, because your strength is still getting to the rim. But we know this Musselman team, and they did this to Jefferson the other night. They just completely forced them to take and make threes. Eventually Jefferson got hot and ended up making 9 threes, and it didn't matter. Martinsburg has yet to show an ability to light it up. Now, I think they showed last night some potential with their shooting, but can they do it, consistently enough for it to be a factor? So for Martinsburg, you got to bring them away from the basket, and to do that, you got to make outside shots. So that would continue to be a key for Martinsburg, especially against these taller teams, until we see them make threes consistently, because I see no reason for Musselman to not let them take threes. And actually, that's what the shots that they want them to make or to take, until they start proving them wrong that they can make them consistently enough. On the Musselman side, I think for them, they got to take care of the basketball. I know it's key from every team every single night, but the press against Jefferson gave them some issues. I would argue the Martinsburg press is better. So if Jefferson gave you issues with the press, Martinsburg's going to press pretty much the whole game. They're going to bring a lot of different looks, a lot of different traps. Just talking to Hampshire's coach, Danny Alcar, and he was saying, I'm trying to figure out what the rules are to it, but I can't find any rules. And it's a difficult press to figure out. I've seen Martinsburg play most of their home games, most of their games this year, and to be honest, I don't really know, what exactly they're looking for, because they throw so many different looks at you. So it's difficult to figure out, and Musselman's going to have to figure that out to have a shot here tonight, because the turnovers, I think, held them back in that game against Jefferson, and Martinsburg's a team that forces a lot of turnovers.
Let's now get into tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, or call 304-263-4343. First for the visiting Musselman Applemen, starting number 1, Colton Shelton, number 5, Gavin McLean, number 14, Wade Bartles, number 33, Matt Mahood, number 34, Troy Wollaston. For Martinsburg, starting tonight for the Bulldogs, number 1, Jackson Steen, number 2, Keyshawn Cheek, number 3, Chase Shipley, number 4, Kyrie Bunny, and number 5, Anthony Owuna. Musselman 11-5 overall, 2-4 in the EPAC. Martinsburg 8-4 overall, 4-2 in the EPAC. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, it'll be time for tip-off here between Musselman and Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. The national anthem has concluded, and we now get you set for Musselman and Martinsburg, as tonight's opening tip-off is brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Musselman in the road Kelly green uniforms tonight, with the white Musselman across the front of their chest, the white numbers on the front and back outlined in red with the white stripe down the side of the shorts and around their legs. For Martinsburg, the home white uniforms with black stripes across the shoulders, as well as some orange trim around that. The black numbers on the front and back outlined in orange, and the word Bulldogs in black and orange across the front, the Bulldog logo above the numbers on the back. Will be a Wuna jump for Martinsburg, going up against Matt Mahood for Musselman. And we are getting ready to be underway here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse for another EPAC clash. Jump finally tipped around after both guys jumped up, missed, and came back down. Awuna tips it back, and it's recovered by Musselman's Colton Shelton, who starts off with the ball going down low for Wollaston. He posts up at the right block, puts up a shot, misses everything, rebounded by Bunny for Martinsburg. And it'll go to Cheek, who attacks, kicks it back out to Bunny from behind, and goes over to the right side for Jackson Steen. Now goes back to Bunny to Keyshawn Cheek to run the point. Cheek passes to Bunny, goes to Shipley. Shipley drives in, kicks it out to Bunny at the top of the key, pump fakes, now gets blocked by Mahood, so he backtracks with his dribble and looks right, passes over to Keyshawn Cheek. Cheek slowing it down for Martinsburg, now decides to drive in, sees the paint open, tries to go up with the layup on the right side with his left, and will be fouled inside the paint, stopping the clock with 7:14 left in the first, and Keyshawn Cheek will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
So both teams coming out man-to-man defense here to start things. Keyshawn usually good at drawing fouls. Free throw shooting, though, has been an issue for him in the past as he missed that first one. So
misses both, rebounded by Mahood, and he'll look down the court, catching its last night's hero, Wade Bartles, who looks behind him, gives it to Mahood, but Mahood wasn't cross midcourt yet, so that's a backcourt violation and a turnover resulting in Martinsburg getting the ball back. And that's the issue that we saw for Musselman against Jefferson, just some silly turnovers, and that's one right there for the Applemen.
Yeah, Mahood never established himself in the front court when he caught that pass, so good call by the officials.
Steen for three, and it's good. 3-0 Martinsburg to start off against Musselman. Right in front of the Musselman student section, who has some anti-Steen propaganda tonight. It's now Shelton trying to go down low to Mahood. Shipley defects the pass, tries to save it from going out of bounds, but stepped out, so it'll be Musselman basketball.
They're anti-Steen?
Yeah, you typically see Martinsburg, how you see in the student section with them with the I Heart Steen sign. Musselman has an I Heart Steen sign as well, but the heart is crossed out.
Oof.
As a jumper up and good by Gavin McLean, making it 2-2, as they actually called the two-pointer for Steen instead of the three earlier, so we're tying up at 2 apiece.
Yeah, it was close, but I did think he got behind the line.
Steen with it, bounce passing it to Shipley, who swings it over to Cheek. Cheek pump fakes from the right wing, drives into the lane, puts up a contested layup, bounces around the rim, and then finally falls through. And it's now 4-2 Martinsburg, but quickly back the other way goes McLean, coast to coast, and he'll tie it up 4-4 now between Musselman and Martinsburg with 6 minutes left in the first. Steen left corner, side of the rim, no goods this shot. Rebounded by Musselman's McLean. Now Wollaston with the basketball on the right side, driving in, And from behind, a reach-in foul will be called, stopping the clock with 5:52 left in our opening quarter of play. And that's the first foul called against Chase Shipley for Martinsburg.
Yeah, I thought he had Mahood down low, did Wolston, but I don't know if that foul just prevented him from making a good play there, but didn't work out.
Yep, Shelton inbounded it to Mahood, who went right back to Shelton, crashing into the basket. His layup misses, and now Martinsburg with it. Cheek drives in. His dribble deflected from behind by Colton Shelton. It goes out of bounds. Martinsburg will retain possession.
Yeah, a lot of times on an inbound, the most dangerous guy on the inbound play is the inbounder because people forget to guard him after he throws the ball inbound. So that's what happened there, and it nearly cost Martinsburg a basket. I should say, yeah, Martinsburg a basket.
Cheek, Steen, back to Cheek at right wing, about 3 feet behind the arc. He'll now dribble to the top of the key. Lob a pass over to the left corner to Steen, who goes down low to Owuna, kicks it to Cheek to Shipley. Shipley at the left wing, thought about the three, instead passes to his right to Cheek. Cheek back to Shipley, left wing three this time. No good, rebounded by Mahood. Musselman with it. It's McLean back to Mahood. Cross midcourt, he catches the pass and looks back. Goes to McLean, who swings it over to Shelton at the right wing. He'll go down low to Mahood. Mahood posting up the right block. Puts up a contested shot against Owuna. No good. Ball tipped out. Last off Martinsburg. Will be Musselman to inbound at the baseline.
So you saw, Colin, that Musselman started the game in man-to-man.
Inbound to Wollaston. His shot no good. Tipped out of bounds, and it'll be Martinsburg ball. Nick, finish your point.
Now they've gone zone because, well, they were beat off the dribble a few times or forced a foul. So, the zone will make it tough on Martinsburg. Because, like we said, they're not a great shooting team, but if they can get Owuna that deep, well, he missed it.
Owuna in the paint misses everything other than the net. So the air ball gives the ball to Musselman. It's Bartles at the left wing, down low to Wollaston, and Wollaston from behind is rejected by Owuna when he goes up for the shot. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll remain Musselman basketball. 4-4, 4.5 left in quarter number one between Martinsburg and Musselman. Inbound bounce pass to Troy Wollaston. Wollaston will hand it to McLean, who tries to go back to Wollaston down low. He gets double-teamed, and Owuna jumped up thinking that Wollaston was going to shoot and landed on the back of Troy, and that's a foul against Owuna, his first team second for Martinsburg.
That was a great pass, though, from Gavin McLean, even though it didn't result in a basket.
McLean gets the inbound. His shot no good. Rebounded by Mahood. The putback's good, and he gets the foul. So Mahood with a three-point opportunity and a 6-4 Musselman lead now against Martinsburg.
Yeah, they didn't start Mahood the other night. They started Santa Maria over him, and the sophomore has played well, but Matt Mahood, he was your best player when Troy Wilson was out for you last year. So he can score. He can do a lot of different things from that forward spot. He misses that free throw, but talented player.
6-4. Martinsburg with the ball. It's Bunny at the right wing going to Shipley. Kicks it over to Cheek. Left corner three. Keyshawn Cheek around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Mahood. For Musselman, he loses it. Stolen by Cheek. Cheek puts up a shot and one. Tied back up at 6, and now Keyshawn Cheek has the opportunity to give Martinsburg the lead back at the free throw line.
Well, I was going to say that Martinsburg needs to make those open looks, but if you get your own rebound or you fight for the basketball and you end up coming away with it like Keyshawn Cheek did, you make up for that open missed three. But it seems like
free throw up and good. 7-6 now, Martinsburg.
Musselman was a little bit slow on the defensive end and the offensive end there, and Keyshawn Cheek took advantage of maybe a lack of some hustle.
Walston inbounds to Colton Shelton. Shelton lobs the pass across the court to McLean. McLean, right side layup, rejected by Owuna. Now back the other way goes Martinsburg. It's Cheek. Pump fakes. Finds Bunny. Goes to Steen. Right corner three. Good! Jackson Steen makes it 10-6 Martinsburg.
Well, you need those to go down, and Martinsburg's getting a lot of good looks. That was great ball movement. Here's a steal.
Yep, Shipley steals it from McLean. Right side layup off the glass and in, and now Martinsburg's doubled up. Musselman is they call a timeout. 12-6. We'll take the 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
Welcome back here. Quarter number 1 presented on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Home and Cremation, Robert Field & Sons. Family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson, proudly serving our area since 1880, as well as CMA Sonda Winchester at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward. 3:32 left in our opening quarter of action between Musselman and Martinsburg. Martinsburg has extended its lead to 12-6, which forced the Musselman timeout. Now the Applemen have the inbound. Walston inbounds it to Bunny of Musselman, not Martinsburg. Lobs the pass from McLean, and McLean catches it in front of Martinsburg's bench, but steps out of bounds, so it'll go back to Martinsburg. Cheek finds a wide-open Steen, right corner 3 again. This time it's off the mark, but rebounded by Shipley, kept with Martinsburg. They go to Bunny, left corner 3, no good. Rebounded by Santa Maria for Musselman. Wollaston catches it at midcourt, bounce passes the give and go between McLean and Wollaston. Wollaston left side layup is good, making it 12-8. Shipley to Cheek, left wing goes to Steen, left corner 3 is good. Jackson Steen now has 8 points. Almost 9, but his foot was on the line for the first shot that he made.
Musselman has to get back on defense.
It's now 14-8. Martinsburg up by 6 against Musselman. Wollaston, the high post on the right side. Passes to Santa Maria at the right wing, who goes to Bunny at the top of the key. Bunny back to Wollaston to his right side. Down low to McLean, catching it in the right corner is McLean. Picks up his dribble, finds Wollaston. Wollaston drives in, puts up a floater. It's no good, but he's fouled. It stops the clock with 2:26 left in the first, and will send Troy Wollaston the free throw line for 2 shots.
I'm not sure if Musselman's going to have to go small to match the small quickness of Martinsburg. That's an option for him because they're not really getting back well, and then that's allowing way too many open looks. And Jackson Steen, you know, if he's that wide open, the way he's been shooting the ball, you feel pretty confident in him. So they're going to go maybe a little bit quicker here. Mahood's going to come on. Nathan White's going to come on.
First free throw by Wollaston missed. Second one also misses, but Santa Maria gets the rebound. The putback, no good. He gets his rebound again, and that one's good on that putback. Santa Maria makes it 14-10.
I mean, but that's what Musselman does have the advantage in, is they have the height.
Alley-oop, lob up, and good. Bunny gets the layup and the foul on the alley-oop, making it 16-10.
But the height didn't matter there. Bunny, he's got hops. Goes up, grabs it, puts it up and in. That's a well-executed play. Martinsburg looks pretty good in the half-court tonight, which at times has been a little bit of an issue, their half-court offense. But I'd say the ball movement's been good. Overall, the shot selection has been pretty solid. There you get a set play where you get Bunny going to the rim off a screen most likely on a lob pass there, and it works out pretty well. So, yeah.
Score now 17-10. Martinsburg leads Musselman with 2 minutes left as Bunny made that free throw, and now collision mid-court as Height went up to try to intercept the Musselman pass and ran into White, who's still on the ground. Hopefully he's okay, but that's a foul against Garrett Height for Martinsburg, his first, team fourth of the quarter.
Yeah, it looks like his knee might have hit his hip, so they're going to have to take White out now and go Logan Shelton, but it almost looked like, you know, a wide receiver going across the middle on a linebacker or safety. It was Garrett Height, and they collided, but luckily it was just, you know, I think a knee hitting a hip or a hip hitting a hip or whatever the case may be, but yeah, he'll be all right. Looks like he's already jogging back out on the court because he's got to shoot free throws since I guess Martinsburg's
Yeah, I only had him
already.
at 4, but it looks like the scoreboard has him at 5. So White has to stay in to take his double bonus free throw shots. We have 2:03 left here in the first. The three gentlemen as the officiating crew talking just to the right of the top of the key before the free throws, confirming with one another. Now going over to Coach Basile to explain the call. 17-10 Martinsburg, currently on top of Musselman, and now
they're going to allow White to come out. So if you sub for an injury, which is what they were doing, he's allowed to come out.
And now, since they realize it's free throws, they're going to sub in McLean to take the free throws instead of Logan Shelton. McLean misses the first free throw, which has been the common theme tonight here in the first quarter. It's now Musselman 0 for 4 at the free throw line.
And free throws last night is what helped win them the game.
They finally
actually
make
literally
one here,
won them the game,
making it 17-11. Height to Shipley. Shipley thinks about the three, decides to hold back, goes to Cheek in the left corner. He drives the baseline, puts up a layup, draws contact, shot no good, as he was fouled, though, by Bunny of Musselman, so Cheek will go to the free throw line to shoot two with 1:52 left in the first.
I like the aggressiveness we're seeing from Keyshawn Cheek tonight. He knows he can get to the rim against the Applemen, and he's making them pay. He's getting to the rim, he's finishing shots, getting fouled.
First free throw up and good. Second one good as well by Cheek. So he has 7 points, making it 19-11. Martinsburg up by 8, under 2 minutes left in the first. It's Santa Maria with it for Musselman, dribbling across midcourt, looking to find Bunny. Bunny gets double teamed, loses his dribble. It's stolen by Martinsburg. Now they're on the attack. Steen pulls up for three in the transition. It's no good. Ball tipped around and goes out of bounds. Musselman will get the ball.
Never a huge fan of the heat check and transition unless your name is Stephen Curry, but Jackson Steen, it's not a terrible look there, but they did have some numbers. Maybe could have gotten a layup instead of that long three. But, Steen's been feeling it too, so you understand the shot selection.
Logan Shelton gets the inbound, stops in the backcourt, finds Colton Shelton, who goes to Mahood. Mahood at the left wing, loses his dribble, finds it, lobs the pass across to Bartles at the right wing. Bartles now trying to get some help. Finds Santa Maria. Santa Maria gets double teamed and stolen by Josiah King, and King going to be fouled with 1:10 left in the first, and that'll send him to the free throw line to shoot two as Martinsburg's in the double bonus. So that is Santa Maria, second foul.
Josiah King showed some flashes last night of his talent in that second half against Spring Mills. Played really well.
King makes the first, making it 22-11. Martinsburg leading Musselman. King, the freshman, gets the ball back for a second free throw shot, trying to make it a 10-point lead for Martinsburg. The ball into the air, and it's good, so it is a 10-point lead now for Martinsburg at 21-11 against Musselman. 1:10 left in the first. Musselman tries to break the full court press, lobbing a pass to Mahood. Mahood lobbing it back across to Santa Maria, goes to Wollaston. Wollaston crashes in, puts up the layup, gets it, and the foul is drawn. An and one now for Troy Wollaston. Makes it 21-13. We wait to see who that foul was called against for Martinsburg with 1:01 left in the quarter. So that was against Bunny, his first. Free throw, no good, rebounded by Cheek. Cheek trying to go coast to coast, kicks it out to Robinson. Left corner three is good by Matthew Robinson, making it 24-13 Martinsburg.
This could be the night, Colin, that Martinsburg's been waiting for all season, where they're able to knock down jumpers.
Shelton, Santa Maria, who responds with the right corner three. It's no good, rebounded by Height to Cheek. 30 seconds left. Martinsburg with the ball. Cheek, the bunny at the post. His shot no good. Through the arms of Height, and now Musselman with it. It's Colton Shelton. Shelton guarded by Bunny at the top of the key, drives in, kicks it out to the left corner. It's caught by Logan Shelton, who goes to the top of the key for Bartles. Colton Shelton, right corner three, off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded down low by Mahood. He kicks it out to Logan Shelton, but he can't handle it. Tried to save it from going out of bounds, but it goes into the stands. Hopefully everybody's okay over there. It looks like they are. And Martinsburg will have the ball with 6 seconds left, up 24-13. The inbound to Cheek. Cheek at midcourt. Quickly going to Robinson. Three-pointer at the buzzer, no good. And at the end of quarter number 1, it is Martinsburg 24, Musselman 13. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Look and feel your best this year. WVU Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery Martinsburg offers a variety of procedures to enhance your appearance. Board certified by the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, Dr. Jack Gelman specializes in tummy tucks, breast augmentation and lips, liposuction, body contouring, arm and thigh lifts, Botox, and filler injections. WVU Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery. Financing options are available. Call 304-350-3274.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Welcome back. It is 24-13. Martinsburg leads Musselman at the end of the first. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Martinsburg starts off with the ball. Made 3 3-pointers in that first quarter. King has it for Martinsburg, and he's going to be fouled immediately as he was double-teamed, and somebody just kind of tapped his arm, waiting to see which of the two it was. But that's the first foul for Musselman of the quarter. That foul will be called against Bartles, his first. Height swinging it over to Cheek. Left wing three for Keyshawn Cheek. No good. He gets his own rebound, now drives the lane, puts up a layup off the glass and in. Cheek makes it 26-13. He has 8 points. It's Martinsburg doubling up Musselman right now. It's Wollaston lobbing a pass to Mahood. Mahood looks to Bartles. Right side layup is good. They quickly break the press, making it 26-15. Martinsburg's Cheek with it. Dribbling over towards the fans on the far side of the court. He'll pass to King. King to Height. His shot for 2, no good. Rebounded by McLean, who goes to Colton Shelton. He'll bring it down the court, looking down low, finds Mahood. Mahood in the paint, puts it up and in. That makes it 26-17. Musselman quickly here on a little bit of a run, trying to cut down Martinsburg's lead.
Well, these last two possessions, Martinsburg hasn't gotten into their press or hasn't gotten back quick enough.
But another three by Matthew Robinson from the left wing, making it 29-17.
Made shot allows you to set up your press or set up your defense, and you see now Musselman has a little bit more issues getting it down the court, but
Mahood's layup no good as he was open down low.
I was going to say we're still going to make a layup, but ended up being kind of contested.
Cheek pulls up from the left elbow. His shot up and good. He has 10 points now, making it 31-17 as Martinsburg saw the Musselman run and raises them one of their own.
Keyshawn Cheek's in the zone right now. Somebody's got to put a hand up, defend him a little bit tighter.
Now we have a foul stopping the clock with 6:08 left in the second. As Josiah King called with a foul, his first, team first of the quarter.
To be honest, I don't really know if they have a matchup for Keyshawn Cheek.
Shipley will check in for Height. Second quarter brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store anymore. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way or online at Orsinis.com. We'll get our other second quarter sponsor a little bit later on as McLean with it now in play for Musselman. A look left, passing over to the left wing. It's Mahood catching it, now pulling up from the left elbow with a shot. It's no good, too strong off the rim. Rebounded by Bunny from Martinsburg, who lobs it down the court, gets it back. Pump fakes, goes to the left elbow, kicks it out to King for three from the left corner, off the mark, too strong. Tipped out of bounds by Mahood. It'll remain Martinsburg ball. Our other second quarter sponsors, Craig Blair for State Senate, the Eastern Panhandle's first and only Senate President and Lieutenant Governor. Let's re-elect Craig Blair in 2024. Height with it at the right wing, going to Shipley. Shipley pulls up for two. It's no good. Tipped around down low, and it looks like finally brought down by Mahood. They go to Wollaston for Musselman, who's at midcourt, dribbling over, driving in, putting up a floater. It's good, but it doesn't count, as he's going to get called with an offensive foul as Height drew the charge. 5.5 minutes left here in the second. It's still Martinsburg 31, Musselman 17, so a 14-point lead for the Bulldogs in quarter number two. So that's the second team foul of the quarter for Musselman.
Yeah, I'm not sure if, even if Musselman were able to turn things around, if they could keep pace at this point. I mean, it's a 31-17 game. At times it's been difficult for Musselman to score more than, in the 40s, so.
Bunny gets the rebound off Robinson's shot, and Bunny makes it for Martinsburg, making it 33-17. And now a timeout called by Coach Basile of Musselman as they find themselves down 16. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, 33-17 our score. The Bulldogs lead the Applemen. 5:08 left in the second quarter. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Back in studios, Dylan Bishop. You'll hear from Dylan at halftime with the And One halftime scoreboard show. Have the Spring Mill score, West Virginia Mountaineers score, as well as some other scores that he can find and give to you. Already mentioned earlier in girls basketball was the Lady Bulldogs of Martinsburg defeating the Musselman Lady Applemen. Spring Mills in action against Moorfield. WVU was taking on BYU in the Big 12. So we resume here. It's Wollaston, the Bartles. Bartles behind him, caught by White. White starts his dribble, picking it up after 2. Goes to Wollaston at the top of the key. Wollaston drives the right side, pulls up for a fadeaway jumper. It's no good, tipped around, going out of bounds. And it'll be last off Robinson of Martinsburg. So Musselman will have an inbound with 4:45 left in the second. So Musselman with the inbound in the right corner of the court. And they'll lob a pass to the back court to White. White catches it and now dribbles across midcourt at the logo. Goes to McLean, who pulls up immediately on the catch and shoot for 3 from the right wing, and that's good by McLean. He has 8 points, making it 33-20. Robinson to respond with a 3 in the left corner, and that's good around the rim and in. And Matthew Robinson's hot here with 3 threes in the first half, making it 36-20.
Yeah, he's a good shooter. You can watch him in warm-ups. He'll knock some down.
They go to Wollaston down low, and Wollaston had it stripped by Height, but Height's going to be called with a reach-in foul. That's his second, team third of the quarter.
I mean, last year he made some shots here and there from downtown. Matthew Robinson can shoot. He hasn't had a ton of opportunities this season to go out there and prove it, but they put him in the game pretty early here tonight. He's made some shots when he's been called upon, and Martinsburg's starting to find some things here offensively with their shooting. If they can get maybe Robinson, Steen, and Height to be those perimeter shooters for him with Shipley and Cheek's ability to get to the rim, this is a very dangerous team come playoff time.
Santa Maria spins around, drives the lane. His layup no good, rebounded by Martinsburg. It's Shipley to King. King back to Shipley. Shipley at the left wing starts his dribble, slows it down for Martinsburg. It goes to Josiah King at the point. King dribbling with his right, pointing with his left. Drives in on the right side at the right elbow, passes over to the left corner, caught by Bunny, who goes to Steen. They swing it back to Shipley, back to Steen at the top of the key. He'll drive in, kick it out to Bunny. Bunny pump fakes, drives, kick out, goes to Shipley. Shipley tries to go down low, but it's deflected by White off the leg of Bunny, out of bounds. Musselman basketball with 3:32 here in the second quarter. Still Martinsburg 36, Musselman 20.
Kind of a weird possession. Seemed like nobody wanted to pull the trigger. Martinsburg got some decent looks. I mean, give some credit to Musselman. They closed out pretty effectively, I felt like. Made those looks a little bit more difficult, but you'd like to see those guys shoot it opposed to turn it over there if you're Martinsburg.
Logan Shelton passing to White. White at the top of the key. Tries to cross over, loses his dribble. It's recovered by Santa Maria. Goes to Williston at the left wing. Williston looks down low. His pass stolen by Robinson. Goes to Shipley with the pass, but that's stolen by Logan Shelton. Williston in the backcourt. At midcourt to White, who goes to Logan Shelton. Shelton's pass intercepted. Now goes Shipley on the coast-to-coast. Right side layup is good by Chase Shipley, making it 38-20 Martinsburg. With 2:45 left here in the second.
Trying to figure out why Musselman's running a lot of 50 offense.
Williston loses his dribble. Logan Shelton gets it. Shelton now gets double-teamed. It's stolen by Martinsburg, but they give it right back up to Musselman. Logan Shelton dribbling, 2v2. Goes to Williston, down low to McLean. McLean pump fakes, puts up a shot. It's no good, but getting the rebound and bailing him out, Santa Maria. And his putback is good, making it 38-22. Martinsburg back the other way. It's Robinson to Cheek at the left wing. Over to the corner for Shipley. He drives the baseline. Puts up an awkward shot in the paint. They're going to say he's fouled with 2:05 left in the second. That'll send Chase Shipley to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Because it seems to me they're not really using what is their strength to their advantage. You haven't seen too much post play. And then also just having those guys down low with their height and ability to rebound, Musselman usually creates second chance points. So
first free throw by Shipley off the front of the iron, no good.
Santa Maria, to me, isn't a huge threat to shoot from the outside, so having him run around the perimeter doesn't really do much for you offensively. I'd rather have him down low.
Second free throw is good by Shipley, making it 39-22.
I mean, I know they have to break the press, but then once you break the press, get into your half-court offense.
McLean.
Like right now, pull it out.
Over to Shelton. Shelton tried to pull a pass, kicking it back, and it's stolen now. Cheek, right side layup is good off the interception. He has a dozen points, making it 41-22 with 1:45 left in the second. Martinsburg dominating Musselman here in the first half. Bunny has it stolen by King. 3v1 for Martinsburg. King to Cheek to Shipley. Shipley lays it up and in, making it 43-22 Martinsburg. They find McLean wide open on the opposite end, and he'll go up with a layup to try to quiet the Martinsburg fan base, but 43-22 now, and an interception from Musselman. They go to Mahood. Mahood wide open and lays that up and in, making it 43-26. Steen to Cheek. Minute left. They go to King, the left wing, into the corner for Shipley. Shipley gets double-teamed. He lobs a pass across to the right corner. Caught by Steen. They swing it back right to left. Shipley 3 off the side of the rim. No good. Tipped around. Rolling on the court. It's going to last go out off Mahood. Martinsburg ball with 48.9 seconds left in the second. Up 43-26.
It seems like Martinsburg's kind of content with a few of those long, deep passes not going in their favor because, for the most part, they figure you're going to mess up more than you're going to hit those. But there has been a few runs here by Musselman where they're just getting easy layups at the rim. They haven't been able to get those consistent enough to keep it close so far.
Inbound caught by Steen. Steen looks down low, finds King. King goes into the paint, gives it over to Ajay-Mandua, and Ajay-Mandua traveled as he went up with a shot but never let go as he came back down, so the turnover gives it to Musselman. Mahood lobs an inbound pass at midcourt, caught by Colton Shelton. Shelton drives into the lane, puts up a layup. It's no good, but he's fouled with 36.3 seconds left in the second, and Shelton will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Zion Ajay-Mandua picks up the foul, his first, team third of the quarter. Shelton, first free throw up, and no good. It's been a struggle so far at the free throw line tonight for Musselman so far, only one free throw made. Second shot up by Colton Shelton, around the rim and good, making it 43-27. Inbound to Keyshawn Cheek for Martinsburg, who is up by 16 points. They lob a pass to Shipley, lobs it right back to Keyshawn Cheek. Cheek sends it over. Now we have a official timeout. Looks like Colton Shelton's limping after the free throw, so they're going to allow him to take a seat on the bench, stopping the clock with 24.3 seconds left. That'll allow both Musselman and Martinsburg to have a substitute because of the injury. Martinsburg with the ball. They inbound to Cheek. Cheek gets double teamed and walked because he didn't realize the pressure was coming. So that gives the ball back to Musselman. 21.4 seconds left in the first half. Inbound in the backcourt. It's Bunny. Bunny for Musselman, going coast to coast, finding down low, wide open in the paint. Mahood. Mahood puts it up and in, making it 43-29. 10 seconds left. Cheek, the top of the key, drives in with the layup. No good, but he's fouled, stopping the clock with 6.6 seconds in the second. That'll send Keyshawn Cheek to the free throw line. He's been the best player so far for Martinsburg, already 12 points coming here in half number 1.
Well, it's kind of a game still, even though it felt like Martinsburg pulled away. They haven't finished yet. So, I mean, there's a lot of time left. It's going to be important for Martinsburg to keep that intensity that they had when it was 0-0 here in the second half.
Cheek missed the first, made the second. He has 13, making it 44-29. Turnover, Cheek finds Steen at the buzzer from the right wing, and the shot's no good. So at the end of the first half, it is Martinsburg 44, Musselman 29. We'll step aside and take a 2-minute break, then be back for the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. The Velocity Dance team on the court, which means it's halftime. Our halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. It is Martinsburg 44, Musselman 29 at the half. Before our first half stats, quickly, Nick, first half thoughts.
Martinsburg did a lot of the things that they wanted to in that first half. They knocked down their open jumpers. They still got to the rim effectively enough. Musselman couldn't really stop them off the dribble, couldn't really stop them from getting those open shots to fall. And they seemed kind of lost defensively. Offensively, they did all right at times when they broke the press. They didn't break it consistently enough. And then really weren't using their strength to their advantage of their height. So, it's a high-scoring game, and Musselman's not really out of it, but they're going to need some stops and some good shots on the other end to get back into it. It's got to happen quickly, too. At 44-29, and you've been a team that really hasn't scored that much all season. It's going to be tough to keep pace if you keep playing like this.
And to add to that point, Musselman only scored 44 last night in the 44-43 win against Hedgesville, and that game even went into overtime. Martinsburg has 44 against Musselman now in the first half. First half stats now. Let's get into those, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg, starting off with Musselman McLean with 10 points, Mahood with 8 points, Williston and Santa Maria with 4 points each. 2 points so far for Bartles and 1 point for Colton Shelton. For Martinsburg, leading scorer is Cheek with 13, followed by Robinson with 9, Steen with 8, Shipley with 7, Bunny with 5, and 2 points for King. We'll step aside and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, it'll be Dylan Bishop with the And One halftime scoreboard show. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Welcome into the And One halftime scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. At halftime, the game between the Martinsburg Bulldogs and Musselman Applemen in boys basketball. It's 44-29 Martinsburg at the half. Get you a couple scores from around the EPAC here today. Earlier today at Martinsburg, The Lady Bulldogs got a 46-37 win over the Lady Applemen of Musselman, and Spring Mills got themselves an 86-29 win against AA Moorfield. Get you some scores from college basketball. WVU with a loss in Morgantown to number 22 BYU 86-73. Handful of upsets today. Cincinnati takes down number 15 Texas Tech. UCF beats number 23 Oklahoma. Number 8 Kansas with a 78-65 win over number 4 Houston. San Diego State wins 81-67 against number 17 Utah State. Texas beats number 25 TCU 77-66. Duke and North Carolina about to end, only 34 seconds left, but North Carolina, number 3 in the country, beating number 7 Duke 90-80 right now. Number 12 Iowa State and number 18 Baylor also playing on ESPN2, 23-19 in the first half. Some scores in the NBA. Lakers and Knicks just started, 2-0 Lakers on ABC. 64 all between the Warriors and Hawks at halftime. Kings up 34-27 on the Bulls. And a couple other games just started. Bucks and Mavericks 3-3. Cavaliers Spurs 4-0 Cleveland. Nets beat the 76ers today 136-121. Get you back to Colin and Nick at Martinsburg High School. This has been the AM1 Halftime Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back as we get you set for half number 2 between Martinsburg and Musselman in West Virginia High School EPAC boys basketball. It is 44-29. Martinsburg leading Musselman here in the EPAC as Martinsburg starts off quarter number 3 with possession in the inbound to Keyshawn Cheek, who is the first half leading scorer with 13 points. Swing it quickly into the left corner. The Bunny goes back to Cheek. Over to Shipley, back to Bunny. Three-pointer is good as Kyrie Bunny starts off the second half, giving Martinsburg a 47-29 lead.
Yeah, Musselman's going to get a 5-second call since nobody came to inbound the basketball after the made shot. The ref obviously didn't, touch it or anything, and then that's 5 seconds. So that's tough if you're Musselman, but you got to know, made shot, somebody's got to go get the ball.
Yeah, and they didn't get any time to really shoot at halftime. They came out with 15 seconds left on the halftime clock of the locker room as Martinsburg with it. It's Shipley in the right corner going down low to Awuna. Awuna triple team finds Shipley. They swing it to Bunny. Goes to Steen, left corner three, around the rim and good. Back-to-back threes for Martinsburg to start off the second half. Up 50-29 now. Martinsburg, an all-out clinic as Cheek fouls Wollaston. As that is Cheek's first, team first of the quarter. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 three-pointers so far tonight for Martinsburg. It was almost 8 as the first that we thought was a 3 for Steen actually ruled to be a 2 as his foot was on the line. But they're red hot behind the arc.
Yeah, if Martinsburg shoots like this, they could beat anybody in the state, honestly. Maybe not Morgantown, or maybe not Spring Mills on like a Spring Mills on night or Morgantown on night, but
right, on night. I was about to say, yesterday if they shot like this and Spring Mill stayed the same, I'd agree with you. As the turnover down low, travel violation against Shelton for Musselman gives the ball to Martinsburg.
But I mean, it makes them that much more dynamic. It gives them a whole new threat, and they have good shooters. It's not a problem of the guys they have out there. It's just, for whatever reason, they've just been cold. But you see in practice, you see in warm-ups, they knock them down. I don't know.
Trying to slightly take the headset off to see what the call was. It looks like they're not saying that there was interference on the shot, but they're changing the call to Musselman having the basketball instead of Martinsburg with 7:03 left in the third. So Musselman with a baseline inbound. They lob a pass to McLean. McLean catches it. Took a few steps, but I guess they say he didn't have possession while doing so. And now he drives the right side, goes up with a floater. It's good, and he's fouled, making it 50-31. So McLean has a dozen points, and he'll go to the free throw line, kind of hobbling there as he hit the court hard, and it looks like he might be a little hurt, kind of trying to put more weight on his left leg instead of his right, so keep an eye on that for the remainder of this game, as his free throw no good, which has been a struggle tonight for Musselman, as well as Martinsburg quickly goes down the court, had Bunny wide open in the paint, and he'll put it up and in, making it 52-31. Martinsburg up by 21 now here in quarter number 3 over Musselman.
I mean, you see how Spring Mills won 98-29.
White,
or whatever it was, 27.
At the post on the right side, goes up, makes the shot, making it 52-33.
Because for whatever reason, like Musselman just...
Cheek responds with a layup on the Euro step, and now a timeout called by Basile, who is very frustrated with his team for not getting back in the transition defense.
I don't know what they're really doing. They're not stopping the ball. They're not picking up their man. And that's why I was saying, like, I didn't mean it as like a shot at Musselman. I think they're a much better team than this, but they just are playing very loose. Like, they're the team up 54-33.
I mean, you still got to bring into question, even though both teams are dealing with this, it's back-to-back games. Are they tired? Could there be any fatigue at all out there after having to go into overtime
if
yesterday
you're tired, check out.
with Hedgesville?
They got guys on the bench. Okay, I mean, it's not a good idea, but I mean.
Right. I was going to let you say that instead of kind of shutting down that argument.
But I mean, like, somebody's got to want to play. Like,
yes.
I mean, it's high school basketball. You only get so many games.
Third quarter is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to FordAHagerstown.com, as well as Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. But right now it's just all Martinsburg so far, 54-33. Martinsburg leads Musselman here in the third with 6:25 left.
And it's like little things, too, like not inbound into basketball the first play of the second half.
Now a turnover as White jumped up, caught the pass, immediately threw it, wanted a foul, didn't get it, lobbed the pass into the left corner, and it just sails out of bounds past the intended target, and Martinsburg gets the ball. Cheek, the Bunny swings it to the left wing for Jackson Steen, goes to Shipley to Cheek at the right wing, dribbling through his legs, picks it up, goes to Bunny drives in, kicks it out to Height was unable to bring it in, Now drives in, kicks it out to Bunny, right wing 3, short off the front of the rim, rebounded by McLean. McLean immediately gets double teamed. Pass goes through the legs of White. He tries to save it from going out of bounds, but can't do so. Martinsburg gets the ball right back.
Even though you're definitely frustrated with the turnovers, at least there was like some good effort there to try to keep them alive from Nathan White, diving on the floor. That's something that you like to see when the game's kind of out of hand like this.
Cheek inbounds to Shipley, back to Cheek, right corner 3 off the side of the rim, no good, rebounded by Height, but it goes behind him and stripped by Musselman. Lob pass to Bartles. Bartles will be fouled on the floor, stopping the clock with 5:38 left in the third quarter. Waiting to see who that foul's called on for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, as we'll have an inbounds from Musselman. Inbound to Mahood. Mahood goes up with a shot, and he's going to be fouled by Steen. It's that foul last called against Cheek. Before that was his third, team fourth of quarter now by Steen. As Mahood goes to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 5:36 left in quarter number 3. Mahood 8 points so far. First free throw up and no good, and going to try to quickly tally up here how the free throws are. They have 2 made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 missed. So 2 of 10 from the free throw line. Make it 3 for 11. As Mahood makes this one. But compared to 11 of 14 last night in the win against Hedgesville for Musselman. It's King with it. It's 54-34, 20-point lead for Martinsburg. King drives the lane, goes up with a layup on the right side, will be fouled. That'll send Josiah King to the free throw line for 2 shots. Looks like we might have some blood for Jackson Steen.
Oh gosh, I hope not.
I saw him wiping off the nose, but he's going to stay in right now and try to hold it back and keep it covered.
Hopefully it was
if
just
there
sweat
is any blood
or something like that, but the reason why I said that is because the blood last night, that was the story of the season.
Multiple delays because of that, as King's first free throw up and no good. Keep an eye there on Steen, though.
I don't think he's bleeding. If he was, they would have forced him out.
Well, if it's not visible, they can't. Second free throw by King is good.
Well, if you can't see it, I can't see it, the refs can't see it, then how can he be bleeding, Colin?
I don't know. I see him, though, keep inhaling with the one nostril, trying to dry it up, and
could be
wiping it on the black part instead of the white part of his jersey during those free throws, as Musselman goes to Shelton, to Mahood, wide open, layup on the right side by Mahood is good. He has 11 points, making it 55-36.
Well, you're just more observant than I am, I suppose. Good job.
Height to Shipley. Goes to Steen. Steen passes over to King. King. Shipley at the top of the key. He'll drive in, kick it out to Height in the right corner. He drives the baseline and walks as he couldn't get the pass off in time before landing on the jump. And that's a turnover, giving the ball to Musselman. Wollaston will inbound for Musselman. 4:45 left in quarter number 3. Inbound caught by Logan Shelton, who goes behind the back with the dribble. Almost had a backcourt violation, but now it doesn't matter because Bartles throws it away over the head of Wollaston. And the turnover gives the ball to Martinsburg, and now Bartles will take a seat on the bench for Bunny for Musselman. Martinsburg will have a Wuna check in before the inbounds. He's going to come in for Height. Bunny for Martinsburg inbounds to King. King picks up his dribble, goes to Steen. Steen, the right wing, dribbles, goes to the top of the key with a bounce pass to King, who goes to Awuna to Shipley down low. Shipley gets double teamed, still puts up the shot, no good. Put back by King, no good. He gets it again, second time, no good, and now some players falling to the court off the rebound, losing their balance, and good job by Shipley to kind of cushion the fall of White. And it looks like they might call White and Owuna with double fouls. Waiting to see. I see Shipley getting called officially. I thought I saw a 0 pointed as well. But for Shipley's foul, that's his second, team 5th of the quarter, so we do have White going to the free throw line, so I guess the signal just was who he fouled maybe.
Could be, yeah.
So that they knew who went to the free throw line as White misses the free throw.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was going to be a jump ball, but Shipley didn't really have any control of the basketball, so therefore it can't really be a jump, but nothing overly aggressive, just guys playing hard.
Second free throw also missed by White, rebounded by Martinsburg, who quickly goes down the court at Steen, kicking it out to Bunny for 3. It's good. Kyrie Bunny with 13 points now, making it 58-36 as he drains that from the top of the key. The inbound from Musselman. Shelton down low to Santa Maria. Santa Maria's layup, no good. Rebounded by King for Martinsburg. 3:50 left in the third. Clock winding down. It's King with it for the Bulldogs. Kicking it out to Steen. Steen catches it at the right wing, goes behind him. The King, right corner 3, no good. Rebounded by Wollaston. Wollaston spins around, keeps his dribble, bounce passes to Bunny. Bunny's layup, no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg's Bunny, who trips up, gets it to Steen. Steen to Shipley. Shipley drives in, puts up a layup. Deflected by Wollaston, shot no good, and recovered by Musselman. Quickly back they go. It's Bunny, and he'll get fouled from behind as Steen reached in. That is Steen's second, and that'll send Corday Bunny to the free throw line for Musselman for 2 free throws with 3:19 in the third. It is Martinsburg 38, Musselman 36. Corday Bunny gets the ball for his first free throw, and that is no good. Mahood will check in for Wollaston. Robinson will check in for Shipley. Bunny gets the ball for a second free throw shot. That one up into the air and good. Making it 58-37. Martinsburg still easily in control of this one here at the field house. Steen with it for Martinsburg at the left wing, going to Robinson. Robinson kicks it out to King at the right wing. He'll go into the paint, looking behind him. Passing into Steen. Steen dribbles to the right wing, goes to Robinson in the right corner. Goes to King. Steen, NBA range 3 is good at the top of the key. Jackson Steen's feeling it tonight. His 4th 3 tonight, making it 61-37.
Well, you got to put a hand up.
And now a player control foul as Logan Shelton was going coast to coast. Drove in, went up into the air, passed it, but then still collided with Martinsburg's either Bunny or King. And that's a foul against Logan Shelton.
I mean,
his second.
I know you're not really expecting Steen to shoot that, but he's a shooter. You got to be on him, in his face, and be aware that he could shoot from anywhere, really, within the volleyball
foul
line,
on the floor. 2:36 left in the third against Musselman. That's the third foul of the quarter against Musselman. And that is Logan Shelton, another foul, his third. And now we have another foul on the inbound. And it looks like it might be Corday Bunny. It's one of the Bunnies. Now they call it against Kyrie Bunny. He's not happy with that. Neither is Coach Rogers. They say he had a push-off trying to create space on the inbound, so Musselman now will get the ball. It's the referees confirming with one another that this is the correct call with 2:36 left in the
It's a crucial
third.
call here, Colin.
Yeah, it's 61-37. You still want to be right, though, as
yeah, but do we need a
Bunny and Bunny
it?
talking amongst one another now. And with the double bonus, it sends Bunny to the free throw line as those two kind of teasing one another, saying, "Careful, you'll get a tech," says Corday to Kyrie.
Is that really what he said?
Yeah, you went with the hand gestures. You should know the hand gestures from earlier.
My hand gestures was butterflies, Colin. Just to make it clear.
Yeah, you were Napoleon Dynamite as Bunny makes the free throw, making it 61-38.
Do you know the relationship between the Bunnies there? Are they cousins, brothers?
Not off the top of my head. Bunny's second free throw is good. He has 3 points, making it 61-39.
They have the same shot, just Corday's a lefty.
Alley-oop off the rim from Robinson, but Awuna gets it. His shot no good in the paint. Rebounded by Robinson. Robinson to Awuna down low. He finds King. King spins around in the paint. Goes behind him to Awuna. Kicks it out for Steen. Long three again. This time no good. Tipped out of bounds. Last off Musselman. It'll be Martinsburg basketball for an baseline inbound. 2:13 left in quarter number 3. Bunny gets the inbound. Goes to Robinson at the top of the key. Pump fakes. Drives in. Kicks it out to Bunny. Right wing 3. No good. Too strong. Rebounded down low by Robinson. His putback no good. Tipped out of bounds by Logan Shelton. It'll be another baseline inbound for Martinsburg with 2 minutes left in the third. Up 61-39, and a timeout will be taken by Coach Rogers in Martinsburg. We'll take a 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
We welcome you back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. EPAC Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Back in studio is Dylan Bishop. Martinsburg leads 61-39 on top of Musselman here tonight. 2 minutes exactly left in quarter number 3. It's Martinsburg with the baseline inbound. They lob it into Awuna, the left elbow, who hands it to King. The inbounder goes to Bunny. Bunny drives in, kicks it out to King. King, right corner, three-pointer around the rim and no good. Rebounded by White for Musselman. With one hand passes it, intended for Mahood. It's stolen, lob up by Steen to Bunny. And Bunny jumps up, catches it, and lays it in. 63-39, Martinsburg now leads Musselman as Bunny has 15 points, 10 of them coming here in this quarter. Mahood catching it down low. The assist from Logan Shelton, and Mahood makes it 63-41. Bunny with it, going to Steen at the right wing. He'll catch it, dribble once, goes to Robinson, top of the key 3. Matthew Robinson misses it. Rebounded by Logan Shelton, who goes to Wollaston in the backcourt. Wollaston dribbles across midcourt, goes to Bunny. Bunny passes it down into the paint. It's caught by Shelton, White. And White gets fouled by Awuna with 1:03 left in the third. And that'll send White to the free throw line, as that is Awuna's fourth. We wait here for Nate White to get the basketball for his free throws, and looks like after the first free throw we'll have some substitutes coming in for Martinsburg, as at the scores table Shipley and Height. White's first free throw is good.
Well, for Martinsburg, what a way to end the week.
Yeah, you'll take most likely ending the week at 3-1.
Yeah,
and 2-1 in the EPAC is 63-42 right now.
You won all the games. I guess you could say they were probably the favorites in.
Second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Shipley. I agree with that.
But two big rivalry games in Hedgesville and Musselman.
Robinson caught by King, going to Height, right wing 3, no good, as Martinsburg beyond the arc is starting to go cold here. Transition offense leads to an easy basket for Corday Bunny, making it 63-44. Robinson back to Shipley. 35 seconds left in the third. Shipley slowing it down for Martinsburg. A lob pass to the near side, caught by Josiah King. King getting the play call from Coach Basie, the assistant for Rogers. Goes to Height. Height catching it at the right wing. Back to King at the top of the key. They swing it over to the left, caught by Shipley. 13 seconds left, clock winding down. Shipley looks at the score. board for how much time's left. He'll now drive in, stopping at the block, puts up a shot. It's no good, but he got fouled. Clock stops with 4.8 seconds left in the third. That'll send Chase Shipley to the free throw line to shoot 2. So that foul will be charged against, looks like, Logan Shelton, his 4th foul. Shipley misses the first of the free throws.
And of course, here as the game goes on, I think there's a good chance Coach Rogers will get some of those younger Bulldogs in, get them some varsity minutes here.
Second free throw is good. Woolston from half court hits it off the front of the rim. It's no good. And at the end of the third, it is Martinsburg 64, Musselman 44. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin alongside me, Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio, Dylan Bishop. So we head to the fourth and final quarter of regulation. It is Martinsburg sitting comfortably up 64-44 against Musselman here in the first of the 2 regular season meetings between these 2 county rivals. Musselman starts with the ball. It's White catching it in the backcourt, guarded by Shipley. White dribbles across midcourt, stops at the left wing, passes to Mahood. Mahood drives in, lays it up and in, and gets fouled. Mahood with 15 points now tonight, making it 64-46. And he'll go to the free throw line for the and one.
I mean, the offense hasn't been too bad tonight for Musselman. They just haven't been able to keep pace with Martinsburg. Their defense at times has been very, slow and not getting back. But they've had a few moments here offensively where they looked okay. Some of that's due to Martinsburg giving them some open shots.
Free throw was good by Mahood, making it 64-47. Height with it at the right elbow. He'll hand it to Shipley. Shipley drives in, kicks it out to King. King deflects it over to Cheek. Left wing 3, no good. Rebounded by Robinson. His putback jumper, no good. Tipped around and rebounded by White. White lobs the pass. It's stolen by Cheek. Martinsburg with it. Cheek, floater off the glass. Too strong, no good. Rebounded by Robinson. Robinson finds Shipley, and he'll slow it down for Martinsburg. Feels like offensive rebounding, too, has been a huge difference in the favor of the Bulldogs tonight, which you wouldn't have expected with the size of Musselman.
Yeah, I think the point you made last quarter, Colin, it does seem like Musselman's just tired. And Martinsburg, despite also playing last night, doesn't seem tired. They still are going 110% out there for the most part, which I think kind of just shows the identity of this team. They're scrappy.
Robinson, Cheek at the top of the key. Cheek backtracks to the volleyball line, now brings it back forward, gets a pick from Shipley, passes to Robinson. Robinson drives in, finds King in the right wing, or corner, He'll drive the baseline, losing it, but it was deflected out of bounds off Musselman. 6:29 left in the fourth. Baseline inbound for Martinsburg. Will be Shipley doing the honors.
I would have expected a much closer game. So, give credit to Martinsburg, and their ability to shoot tonight really separated them.
King layup is good, making it now 66 to 47. It's White. This is deflected by Robinson, still in the backcourt. Logan Shelton to Bunny. Bunny at midcourt, passing to Williston. Williston drives in, and we'll have a foul called, and it's an offensive foul called against Williston. He's not happy, and I heard you say the same thing. You thought it should have been.
No, I said charge.
Or no, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
All good, Colin. Yeah, no, I think that's the right call.
Height takes that charge, yeah.
I mean, I thought Height got there in time and was set. Troy was going a little bit out of control, so good call by the officials.
Robinson catching it in the left corner. Bounce pass now to Shipley at the Bulldog logo.
Williston hasn't been able to affect the game as much as he normally does.
Shipley drove in, layup no good, rebounded by Musselman.
It's not always with scoring either. He's usually picking up some assists, really helping control some things.
Almost had the assist there. The three-pointer no good by Corday Bunny. And we have a foul down underneath the basket. Looks like White might have gotten an elbow to the face. And I think he might also be the one that got caught with a foul. He was. That's tough for him.
That's tough, yeah. It seems like he was kind of
with the reach, yeah.
making contact with Keyshawn Cheek as he was trying to secure the basketball. But anytime you do kind of catch an elbow, it does feel like you shouldn't have gotten called for a foul.
Robinson wide open. Cheek finds him at the left block, and Robinson goes up. He has 11 points now. He's been quiet here in the second half as we have a foul at midcourt. 5:11 left in the fourth, and I think that's against Cheek, which is his fourth, team's second of the quarter. 68 to 47, Martinsburg leads Musselman. We'll have a substitute here as Santa Maria will come in from a hood for Musselman. No, they decide that it's White taking a seat on the bench instead.
I'm not sure why Musselman got felt like 30 seconds just to make a sub.
McLean gets the inbound, goes to Mahood. Right corner three by Mahood, no good off the side of the rim, rebounded by King for Martinsburg. 5 minutes left in tonight's contest. King will be called with a carry on the dribble, and that's a turnover as Musselman gets the ball. So Martinsburg will improve to 9-4 tonight unless Musselman can have the comeback of the millennium. Musselman will fall to 11-6 overall. Corday Bunny with it, breaking midcourt with the dribble, passing it now to McLean, right wing three, too strong, rebounded down low by Mahood. He'll go up and get fouled on the shot, which sends Mahood to the free throw line to shoot two. Waiting to see if that foul is against Height or Cheek. And it's against Height, so that's his third. So Mahood's ready at the free throw line. First shot up and good by Matt Mahood. He has 17 of the 48 points now for Musselman. They trail by 20, 68-48. Mahood, second free throw shot is good.
All good in Mahood.
18 points for him, 68-49. They go to Height, left corner three. Garrett Height, no good. Tipped out of bounds off King. It'll be Musselman basketball. Cromwell will check in for Musselman. Earlier, it was White checking in for Martinsburg. Logan Shelton catches the inbound from a hood. He'll drive coast to coast, dumping it down low to Santa Maria. Santa Maria finds Mahood, who goes to Logan Shelton, right wing or corner three. Airballed, tipped out off Santa Maria. Martinsburg gets the ball. 4:21 left in regulation, 68-49. Martinsburg leads Musselman. Keyshawn Cheek bringing it down the court for Martinsburg. Cheek goes down low to Height. The pass too far to the right, a height, goes out of bounds. Last off, Bunny of Musselman, so Martinsburg basketball. Inbound to Cheek, who pump fakes, fools to Musselman Applemen, and then goes up with the shot. He has 17, making it 70-49.
I don't know why nobody was guarding Keyshawn Cheek off the inbound. Just little mistakes like that has really held Musselman back tonight.
Cromwell to Mahood. Mahood, two-pointer, too strong, no good. He gets his own rebound. The putback falls through.
There's been plenty of moments.
Makes it 70-51.
There's been plenty of moments that have just been, being outplayed. But there's been a lot of moments where it's just like, what are we doing? If you're Musselman, you're gonna leave Keyshawn Cheek open underneath the basket, not getting back on defense. There's some mental errors.
Cheek to Height. Height loses it, recovers, goes to Cheek. Left corner three. Keyshawn Cheek, no good. Rebounded by Mahood.
I mean, ultimately, Martinsburg's had their best shooting night of the season.
Mahood, left wing three. Too strong, rebounded by Cheek. Cheek looking down the court, finds King wide open. Layup is good by King, making it 72-51. Under 3 minutes left here in the fourth. They go to Santa Maria, and his pass over the head in the left corner of Cromwell out of bounds. Fourth quarter brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at ParsonsFord.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, as well as the Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered. Checking in for Martinsburg is Arvin. So it looks like Cheek's night is concluded. He has 17 points, currently leading the way for Martinsburg. 2:52 left in the fourth. Musselman has the inbounds to the left of its bench. Inbound caught by Benton, who checked in for Musselman. They go over to Whitmer. Whitmer down low to Santa Maria. It's rejected by Awuna down in the paint. And it goes last off Musselman. Martinsburg ball with 2:43 left in the fourth. Inbound to King. King will bring it down the court now at midcourt as King, still dribbling with his right hand, motioning the offense. I'll go to White. White at the right wing, goes to Height, top of the key. Three is good by Garrett Height. That's Height's first three-pointer tonight, making it 75-51 Martinsburg. It's Musselman with it, Euro step, layup, too strong, no good, rebounded by Whitmer. His putback misses, tipped around, and now a three-pointer from White off the front of the rim, no good. Another offensive rebound from Musselman. Santa Maria's awkward shot, no good, and now a foul as White had the offensive rebound for another time for Musselman, and it's Awuna hacking him, and that's the fifth. It should be against Awuna, which means he fouls out, and his night's going to be concluded. 2:06 left in the fourth, and Awuna's done. Finished with no points tonight for him, but doesn't matter as there's still 75 for Martinsburg in total. Inbound to Santa Maria. We'll go over. Right wing three, up and no good. The putback is good. Minute 55 left, 75-53 now. Didn't see who that was making that shot. Looks like they say it was Whitmer. That's his first two. And a bank three by Arvin for Martinsburg to the roar of his student section and fans below us, making it 78-53. Now a steal by King. King coast to coast. Left side layup is good. King has 9 points, making it 80-53, 90 seconds left. It's Martinsburg just pouring it on here at the end. Whitmer drives in. Kicks it out, top of the key, three. Too strong by Cromwell, rebounded by Height. Height to Arvin. Arvin hands it over down to White. White, no good, gets his own rebound. His shot again, no good. Tipped by Santa Maria. He has the rebound with a minute left for Musselman. Cromwell with it. Goes to Santa Maria at the top of the key. And a three-pointer up and good by Whitmer. As Whitmer makes it 80-56 as he has 5 points here in the quarter. Under a minute left, 40 seconds. Clock winding down. It's King looking over to his bench. He's going to slow it down for Martinsburg. That looks like Coach Rogers just telling him to dribble out the remaining 30 seconds as both teams, it looks like, have agreed to kind of let this one end the way it is. And it's the Martinsburg Bulldogs here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse with a huge win against the Musselman Applemen. 80-56, it looks like, will be the final score. As Martinsburg improves to 9-4 on the season, 5-2 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Musselman falls to 11-6, 2-5 in the EPAC as both teams start their handshake line. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for the post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10 back in 2 minutes.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
Kick off the new year in a new Chevy from CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of new Chevy models on our lot. Right now, save up to $9,000 off MSRP on a new 2024 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Or check out a new 2024 Equinox and save up to $3,500 off MSRP. And did we mention every new car comes with Chevy Complete Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty? Find new roads at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Welcome back here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Back in the studio is Dylan Bishop as we welcome you into the post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Huge win tonight for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. They defeat the Musselman Applemen by a final score of 80-56. And what a night it was for Martinsburg from three-point land. 11 three-pointers tonight for Martinsburg in this win.
Yeah, it didn't really seem like Musselman always came to play either. I mean, Martinsburg got up early, and then it didn't really seem like they were built to come back. But, you know, give credit to Martinsburg. They shot the ball very well from the outside, which has been kind of their weakness all year. And it's interesting that it's the fourth game of the week where they shoot the ball so well when you'd expect them to be, you know, tired and not quite have their legs. So also I would give credit to the coaching staff and how they got through this week, knowing that you had a lot of games and you had to figure out a way to win the majority of those games, and they did. Musselman at times played, you know, all right, but it just wasn't consistent enough. I feel like that kind of defines their season. Martinsburg, if they can shoot like this, you know, from here on out, because it started last night. You started to see a little bit of a turnaround last night, their three-point shooting. And that's carried over into tonight. Shooting can be contagious. It makes them a very formidable team here moving forward, and makes them, you know, a great chance, or gives them a great chance, I think, to come out of the EPAC this year after this dominating win here tonight. So I think for Musselman, you kind of go back to the drawing board, you know, try to figure out what exactly went wrong for you in this game, because there was a lot. But also you did just beat Hedgesville on an emotional win. So they've had their highs, they've had their lows this season, this one's definitely a low for Musselman. For Martinsburg, it's just they're continuing to get better and better, it seems like, each game.
Yeah, I mentioned the 11 3-pointers for them tonight. Let's get into our full post-game stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to FordHagerstown.com, and we'll start off with Martinsburg, since I already mentioned the 11 3-pointers. From the free throw line, it went 8 of 16, so only 50% there. But let's take a look at your leading scorers. Keyshawn Cheek had 17 points tonight for Martinsburg. Bunny had 15. Steen had 14. Robinson had 11. King had 9 points. Shipley had 8 points, and then 3 points each for Height and Arvin there in the final few minutes of the game. For Musselman, only 2 3-pointers tonight for them, and then going 10 of 22 from the free throw line. Leading scorer for the Applemen tonight, Matt Mahood, with 20 points. McLean had 12 points. Whitmer had 5, along with Bunny, 4 points for Santa Maria, and Wollaston with 4 points as well. White had 3 points. Bartles had 2 points. And then Colton Shelton with 1 point to make the final score of 80-56 for Martinsburg over top of Musselman. Martinsburg now 9-4 overall, 5-2 in the EPAC. Musselman 11-6, 2-5 in the EPAC. That's our Hagerstown Ford post-game stats. Let's now get into tonight's awards. We'll start off with the rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service in Martinsburg. Great pricing done by certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
There wasn't a ton of blocks tonight, but I'm going to go with Anthony Awuna. Had one in the first quarter. That felt kind of set the tone for Martinsburg defensively. And Awuna, I mean, he's a good shot blocker. He usually has pretty good timing. Gets up with some of the best in the EPAC, and that was a big, impactful block. It felt like early in the game, but it was still pretty close.
How about tonight's moment of the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
I'd say Matthew Robinson's performance off the bench was kind of the moment of the game for me, because he gave him a great spark with his shooting, and that wasn't really expected. He hasn't had the best offensive season so far, but we know he's a good shooter when he gets going, like he did tonight. So that came relatively early in the game. He had a nice shot, nice run there in the second quarter, and that would be my moment of the game.
Lastly, our player of the game, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store anymore. Visit them at 360 Ack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, or online at orsinis.com.
This felt like a complete team win, but I feel like your senior, Jackson Steen, would be my player of the game here tonight. Was shooting the ball really well, brought the intensity on both ends, and he's their leader. You can tell on the bench, he's the guy even when he's out of the game and his teammates are in. He gets hyped up. When Arvin hit that three, he was really happy for him. So, a guy that at the beginning of the year wasn't getting a ton of minutes, and now is arguably their best shooter, or actually is Martinsburg's best shooter, and he just comes up and steps up when they need him to. And overall, Jackson Steen has to be, I feel like, the player of the game here tonight.
That wraps things up from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. For Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off again. Our final score, Martinsburg 80, Musselman 56. This has been West Virginia High School boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. We hope you enjoyed tonight's contest.
Look and feel your best this year. WVU Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery Martinsburg offers a variety of procedures to enhance your appearance. Board certified by the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, Dr. Jack Gelman specializes in tummy tucks, breast augmentation and lips, liposuction, body contouring, arm and thigh lifts, Botox, and filler injections. WVU Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery. Financing options are available. Call 304-350-3274.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
Welcome into the N1 Postgame Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, following an 80-56 win for the Martinsburg boys basketball team over the Musselman Applemen. Big win for Martinsburg to finish off a big week of EPAC play for them. Dylan Bishop here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Couple scores from around the rest of the Eastern Panhandle and EPAC play. Spring Mills, number 1 team in the state, gets a win over Class AA Moorfield, 86-29. And before that boys game between Martinsburg and Musselman, the girls teams played against each other, and it was the Bulldogs getting the win over the Applemen, 46-37. Let's give you some scores from around the rest of the basketball world. Couple games going on right now. Halftime between number 5 Tennessee and number 10 Kentucky from Lexington. It's number 5 Tennessee leading 46-42 at the half. Number 24 Alabama up big 47-24 at halftime against Mississippi State. And the Baylor Bears winning by 10 over Iowa State. That's number 18 versus number 12. It's 45-35 Baylor. Final score between Duke and North Carolina was 93-84. Number 3 Tar Heels beating the number 7 Blue Devils. WVU basketball on the men's side got defeated 86-73 against number 22 BYU tonight. Handful of upsets in the top 25. Cincinnati upsets number 15 Texas Tech. Number 23 Oklahoma is downed by UCF. Number 4 Houston loses to number 8 Kansas in Lawrence at Fall Gallon Fieldhouse, 78-65. San Diego State beats number 17 Utah State 81-67. Texas beats number 25 TCU 77-66. Some scores from the NBA. One game that has gone final, has been final for a good bit tonight. Nets 136. 76ers 121 from Philadelphia. A 40-point night for Cam Thomas. Halftime in San Antonio, the Cavaliers lead the Spurs 67-45. Big lead for the Mavericks over the Bucks 65-52 with under a minute left in the first half. Lakers and Knicks go to halftime tied at Madison Square Garden, tied at 59. That game is on ABC. And with 7:16 left to go in Atlanta, the Hawks up by 4 on the Warriors, 102-98, and a 21-point lead for the Kings in Chicago over the Bulls. Again, it was 80-56, Martinsburg over Musselman. EPAC boys basketball. This has been the AM1 postgame scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Hope that you have a great rest of your Saturday night. This is Dylan Bishop signing off for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.